Right now at 10, the Democratic National Convention wrapping up its first day. President Joe Biden delivering his address moments ago. Plus, a look at the investigation that led to a Rock Island woman's arrest after hiding the body of her dead son in a garbage can.
You need to come clean because we're not going anywhere. You're just going to dig yourself a bigger grave now.
Tonight, the body camera footage that shows an officer's search for answers.
A very nice, refreshing day it turned out to be, and we have plenty more of that as we go through the work week. Staying dry for a while. Tell you when that next chance of wet weather could potentially take place with the help of your accurate forecast.
More than 200 new Monmouth College students are getting to know their new home.
It's an opportunity for the businesses to welcome the students, to show them what is going on in the city.
What this tradition means for the community and how students and small businesses support each other.
And later, Kewaunee getting some federal help finding and replacing lead water pipes. Tonight, how the program works and the challenge the city is facing. News 8 at 10 starts right now. Thanks for staying up late with us after the DNC. The 2024 Democratic National Convention just wrapped up its first day in Chicago. It comes just 4 weeks after President Joe Biden dropped out of the presidential race and Vice President Kamala Harris launched her campaign. Tens of thousands of people are expected in Chicago this week. Coming up this week, Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is expected to accept the vice presidential nomination on Wednesday. Harris is expected to accept her nomination on Thursday. And just moments ago, President Joe Biden wrapped up his keynote address at tonight's convention. In a nearly hour-long speech, he talked about his record over the past year, including his investments in infrastructure, the economy, and education across the country. Biden also shared his views on Vice President Harris if she were to win in November.
She'll be a president our children can look up to. She'll be a president respected by world leaders because she already is. She'll be a president we can all be proud of. And she will be a historic president who puts her stamp on America's future.
And just outside the convention areas, protesters breached one of the security perimeters near the United Center. It happened just hours ago tonight. Chicago police say no one got through the second inner perimeter. Police in riot gear responded to the area. We've learned officers arrested at least 4 people after those protests. And the Democratic National Convention runs through Thursday. Of course, you can catch coverage each night right here on News 8. You can also find DNC coverage anytime on WQAD.com. We'll be streaming coverage there each night until 11. An FCI Thompson prison staff member is recovering tonight after being exposed to a substance last night. Right now, we don't know what substance the prison worker was exposed to or how they came in contact with it. Prison's union president says another staff member had to administer Narcan to save the worker's life before being taken to the hospital. And for the first time, we're seeing body camera video revealing details after a woman hid the body of her 10-year-old son in a garbage can. It all happened last summer when Rock Island police arrived at Sushi Staples' home, investigating whether her son was dead. The next day, video shows police searching the home for nearly 4 hours. Staples repeatedly denied the boy's existence, even after an officer found the boy's birth certificate in the house.
Birth certificate?
What is that?
Birth certificate.
For Zion Staples.
Zion Staples.
That's not mine.
Sushi Staples. Child, it's found in your room.
We need to get this figured out. Stop
lying. It's over. Where's that kid?
An officer initially arrested Staples for fraud. You can read more about this case and see more of the video on our homepage at WQAD.com. And new tonight, Muscatine has an interim city administrator. Police chief officially took over the job this morning. It comes after city council accepted the former city administrator's resignation in July. Chief Anthony Keys will serve in both roles until a new administrator is appointed. We're told the search process could take 6 months or longer. Meanwhile, the city of Davenport is getting closer to naming its next administrator. The city is inviting you to meet the finalists and ask questions about them. It's all happening 3 weeks from tonight at the Figge Museum downtown. And one of 5 Sandberg Mall lot owners is auctioning off their 23 acres of space. The highest bidder will take over the abandoned lot. coming in at 275,000 square feet. Potential buyers can submit right now through Wednesday. The starting bid posted at $200,000. Galesburg area leaders say the next owners will need fresh ideas for this space.
The process of reusing what's left of Sandburg Mall is going to be really tough. And we need to find an owner that's going to have the vision and the capital and the patience and the experience in order to make that happen.
Area leaders will keep looking for a new owner if no one submits a bid or if the owner turns down an offer that doesn't meet their minimum requirements. The City of Galesburg wants your input on park plans along 2nd Street. It's all part of the Cook Property Development Project, which is using about $500,000 from the state. There's a meeting at 6 tomorrow at Learning Connections to discuss proposed plans and hear your feedback. And the school year has already started for some students in our area, and it's just days away for others. Monmouth College students head back to class on Wednesday. And this afternoon, freshmen and transfer students there got to know their new home. It's part of the new student walkout, where businesses and organizations welcome students. Maddie Franz shows us what this tradition means to the community and how students and businesses support each other.
We're very big on tradition.
Before classes start every year, a line of students snakes from Monmouth College to Public Square, led by a bagpiper. It's called the New Student Walkout. This time, more than 200 freshmen and transfer students toured local businesses, organizations, and service providers.
It gives us the opportunity to show them that we're here.
One of those local businesses is owned by Kristen Furch. She started ISO Threads Thrift Boutique 2 years ago.
I don't think that people really recognize how many people are here during the school year that aren't usually in our town.
She says it's not just students who give her store a boost in sales.
I think we've gained a lot of followers, actually, from people who've came that were freshmen last year and their families found out about us.
While students help small businesses thrive, local organizations are here to give those students a hand, too.
We have internships that we offer. We have exhibitions, classes.
At the Buchanan Center for the Arts, Executive Director Christine Gilbert says students can get to know the community better.
It's a sense of home and it's a sense of connection, and that is a real priority for the college as well as the community.
She says learning outside the classroom is just as important as learning inside.
Opportunities for them to maybe get away from their classes, to learn a little bit more about the arts, and to learn more about the community.
It's all part of a tradition of the school and the town helping each other thrive.
Thank you. Thank you.
We do as well as we do because the college is here, and vice versa.
In Monmouth, Maddie Franz, WQAD News 8.
And Monmouth College has more new students than it did last year. The school says its freshman classes got smaller during the pandemic, reducing the number of students on campus. Total enrollment, though, is expected to return to normal in the next 2 years. And Kewanee is about among 200 communities working with the EPA to replace lead pipes. The Get the Lead Out program helps cities find lead pipelines and apply for federal funding to replace them. Kewanee leaders say there are about 1,600 lead service lines in the city, about 20% of the city's water lines, but that includes pipes the city hasn't confirmed are lead yet because crews haven't gone underground in those areas.
There have been water issues in our country for decades, and it's an opportunity for us to work with technical experts from the EPA who can help us to secure funding.
Now, city leaders also say lead in drinking water has been linked to some health problems, including impacts to a child's brain development. All right, let's get to weather now. And it was, I got to say, just an absolutely gorgeous day out there today, James. I enjoyed it quite a bit. I want more of it.
I think we can do that for you.
Excellent.
See how easy that is?
Perfect.
See how easy?
It's a simple request, right?
That's right. Yeah, good start. It has been out there. You can see temperatures for daytime highs, upper 70s, around 80. That is a fantastic start with those temperatures across the area. And I think we can give it a little bit more of that, certainly in the days ahead. Now, here are the current temperatures. And you can see readings have already dropped in the lower 60s, but places like around Mount Pleasant, even around Galesburg, already reporting temperatures in the upper 50s. 62 degrees we have at the airport in Moline. The winds are calm. Dew point temperature around 59. There could be a little bit of some light fog out there as we head later on tonight, but sure indication that we're going to be seeing these temperatures cool just a wee bit more, maybe around 58, 59 degrees for overnight lows, and then we'll get back to that nice refreshing air again as we head into tomorrow. We got kind of a traffic jam as far as our weather pattern is concerned, so what you see is what you get. We'll tell you how long we get to enjoy that coming up in just a few minutes, John.
All right, James, thank you. A heads up for drivers near the Mississippi Valley Fairgrounds in Davenport. Crews are closing some lanes on Locust Street to repave the road, and that work started today and is expected to wrap up sometime in November. The city says you should expect delays in that area and take a different route if you can. University of Iowa Healthcare is expanding its emergency department at the university location. UIHC officials say it will add more than a dozen beds and create 2 new triage spaces for pediatric and behavioral health emergencies. Officials also say it will make the hospital's operations more efficient. We're told the work should wrap up sometime next summer. All right, coming up, a Muscatine rider's work is among the best around tonight. The recognition she's getting after competing with riders from all over the world, and the category that could have you laughing. You're watching this late edition of News 8 at 10.